Okay, today we're going to be talking about hydraulics and pneumatics. What are their purpose? Hydraulics are used in the world every day. You would see hydraulics in things such as bulldozers, excavators, chair height lever adjusters, door close dampers, dental drills, and vehicle brakes. So most people don't know that your vehicle brakes are a form of hydraulic system. A little history of fluid power concepts. In the 1600s, a French scientist and mathematician named Pascal stated a physical law that describes the effect of applying pressure on a fluid, whether that fluid be gas or liquid, in a closed container. Pascal's law states that pressure applied to an enclosed fluid is transmitted with equal force throughout that container. The word hydraulics is a derivative of the Greek words hydro, which means water, and aulis, which means tube or pipe. Four basic components of hydraulic and pneumatic systems. The first one being a reservoir, which we already know is where the oil or gas is kept. Number two would be the pump or compressor. That's what pushes the substance through the system. Valves are what we would use to adjust system parameters and pressure. Cylinders play a role in how much pressure and force we can exert on a system. And here's Pascal's law and the formula that goes with Pascal's law. And his law states if a confined fluid is at rest, pressure is transmitted undiminished in all directions and exerts equal force on all areas, in addition to right angles to them. Moving on, we have Boole's law, and also the formula that goes with that. His law states the volume of gas at constant temperature varies inversely with the pressure exerted on it. Charles' law and the formula. His law states the volume of gas increases or decreases as the temperature increases or decreases, provided the amount of gas and pressure remain constant. Gay-Lussac's law and the formula. That law states the absolute pressure of a gas increases and decreases as the temperature increases and decreases, provided the amount of gas and volume remain constant. So, here's a little bit about flow. You're going to hear flow throughout this course. Flow operates the actuators and the cylinders. Flow rates, which determine actuator speed, are measured in inches squared per second or gallons per minute. You're going to see that on your flow meter. It's going to say GPM. That stands for gallon per minute. It is generated by a pump. Pressure is the resistance of flow. Pumps produce flow, not pressure. Torque, you're going to hear that word a lot in these courses. The twisting force that is found by multiplying the force times the distance. It's measured in foot-pounds. It gives a specific motor torque and motor RPM, specifies energy usage and horsepower requirement. Work is defined as force multiplied by distance, and it's measured in foot-pounds. Power is simply just the rate of doing work. It is found by dividing work over time. Horsepower, a unit measurement of energy, and is a common term used to measure power, can be calculated by the following formula, and that's flow, which is gallons per minute, times pressure. The law of conservation of energy states that energy can neither be destroyed nor created, but may change forms. And it also states that any energy that is not transferred to work takes the form of heat energy. Here I'm going to go through a list of some key terms that you're going to hear and just need to make yourself familiar with. So first we have absolute pressure. That's the total pressure exerted on a system, including atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is the pressure exerted by the weight of the atmosphere above the point of measure. A check valve, a valve that allows flow in one direction but prevents flow in the opposite direction. A compressor, an air pump that compresses air into a receiver tank. Cylinder, a device used to convert fluid power into mechanical power in the form of linear motion. Crank, a part of an axle or shaft bent out at right angles or converting reciprocal to circular motion and vice versa. Next we have directional control valve. That's used to control which path the fluid takes in a circuit. Double acting cylinder, a cylinder that can act under pressure in both directions either extended or extracted or retracted, to move a load. A filter, that's a device used to remove contamination from a fluid. Flow meter, a device used to measure flow rate. Flow rate, that's going to be the volume of fluid travels through a system in a given period of time. Flow velocity, that's the distance the fluid travels through a system in a given period of time. Flow control valve, that's used to start and stop flow in a circuit. Fluid power, the use of a fluid, liquid or gas, to transmit power from one location to another. Hydraulics, that's just the use of a liquid under pressure to transmit power from one location to another. Lubricator, that's a device used to spray an oil mist into the stream of a pneumatic system. Piston, a sliding piece moved by or moving against fluid pressure, which usually consists of a short cylindrical body fitting within a cylindrical chamber or vessel along which it moves back and forth. Pneumatics, that's going to be the use of gas flowing under pressure to transmit power from one location to another, whereas hydraulics is the use of pressure to transmit power. Liquid, under pressure. Pressure, that's the force per unit area exerted by a fluid against a surface. Then you have pressure regulator, a type of pneumatic pressure control valve that controls the maximum pressure in a hydraulic or pneumatic circuit. Pressure relief valve, a type of pressure control valve that limits the maximum pressure in a hydraulic or pneumatic circuit. Your pump, that's a device used to create flow in a hydraulic system. The last of the list is a receiver tank, a device that holds the compressed air in a pneumatic system. Reservoir, we should all know what that is by now. It's the tank that holds the fluid in a hydraulic system. Single acting cylinder, a cylinder that acts under pressure in one direction only and returns automatically when the pressure is released. A solenoid, a switching device that uses the magnetic field generated by an electrical current for actuation. Transmission lines, used to transport fluid in a circuit. Valve, any device that controls either automatically or manually the flow of a fluid. Viscosity, that's a measure of a fluid's thickness or resistance to flow. And last one, volume, the amount or quantity of something.